Hey, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the channel. And welcome for the very first time, actually, to AJ's Daily Cricket. Now, this is a brand new content series where we'll be bringing you everything that you need to stay up to date with the greatest sport in the world. We'll be bringing you daily news from across the globe, from the elite level right the way down to the grassroots game. We'll be looking at the international scene as well as the domestic game in as many countries as possible. And we will, of course, cover women's cricket. We'll explore the amateur game as much as we can, and we'll investigate the very best young talent from around the world. We'll be keeping you also up to date with what the world's best players are up to, both on and off the field, looking at their social media activity, things such as their training regimes and everything else they do really to get themselves ready to play cricket at the elite level. We'll also take a look at what they're doing away from the game, some of their charity activities and some of the things they're doing to promote the sport around the world. We'll also post a few other different types of videos with shot comparisons, special features and a whole host of other things, all aimed at helping others to either improve their own games and their own performances, or just to get as much enjoyment as they can out of the game of cricket on a daily basis. So with all that being said, let's jump straight into our first story, the one that I want to look at today. It's a story that came out a little while ago, but it seems a great place to start when it comes to launching a new cricket news channel, because the story is about Virat Kohli and the fact he was recently named in Forbes' list of the 100 highest earning athletes of the past year. So I think this is a really important story for a couple of reasons, mainly, or a couple of principal reasons. I think firstly, it's amazing to have Virat Kohli featuring on this list. Forbes, probably the most respected financial publication around the world, certainly one of them, and it just shows how successful Virat's been over the last few years, that he's been able to make that list of the top 100 earning athletes. Virat's come in at number 66, which is a big improvement on being number 100 back in 2019. So he's clearly managed to sustain his success, and I think it's clear he's become one of the most marketable commodities in the world of sport. I think it's his combination, if you like, of competitiveness and excellence on the field of play, coupled with his professionalism and dedication off of the field. I think that those are values that a lot of corporate brands and other sorts of brands rightly want to associate themselves with. So Virat really has become a marketer's dream in that respect. And I think when we talk about his training regime and we talk about his dedication off the field, the lengths he goes to prepare himself for to perform at the very top. He's very vocal about his diet, his family life, everything he does to perform at the elite level. I think when we look at that, he deserves to stand alongside the other athletes on the list from some of the biggest sports in the world, the Ronaldos, the Messis, the Lewis Hamiltons, LeBron Jameses. I think Virat deserves to stand alongside any of them from that perspective. So firstly, it really is great to see him on the list. But the second point I want to make about the story is we need to consider that Virat is, again, the only cricketer on the list. No other name from the top echelons of the game have forced their way on there. So I think in a way that tells us a lot about the commercial state of cricket and the work that is still left to be done to grow it into the size of sport with the profile and the earning power that the players deserve, that the fans want to see. So I think that's the flip side of the story, is that Virat is the only one, and we know he's a trailblazer for world cricket. So we can only hope really that he sets the standard, as he does in so many ways. He sets the standard, and other cricketers follow him and have the marketing power to get themselves on the list. So the likes of the Steve Smiths, Ben Stokes, etc., we hope to see them in years to come force their way on there. But I just wanted to focus on that story for the first time. I know it came out a little while ago, but it seemed a great way to start was to focus on one of the greats of the game and everything he's doing on and off the field to spread the word and spread the love of cricket. And the second story I want to touch on today is to take a look really at the return of Test cricket. Finally, it looks like here in England, at least, we're soon to be being able to watch a bit of live cricket on the 8th of July from the Rose Bowl in Hampshire. The West Indies will take on England, which is just it sounds like a great thing to be able to finally say. To be honest with you, we're going to be able to see these two sides go head to head. The recent series between the teams have been absolutely brilliant. To be honest, there's been Anderson taking record-breaking wickets, wonderful hundreds from Shea Hope and the like. So the recent series have been great. So really looking forward. I'm really happy to be able to say that it looks like Test cricket's returning. It'll be great for the Rose Bowl, bit of exposure for a wonderful ground down in Hampshire. Not too sure how the broadcast is going to work, or whether Sky Sports and the like here in the UK and the other broadcasters around the world are going to pipe in fake crowd noise as they have done for some of the football matches. The reaction to that has been mixed, so we'll wait and see about that. But really good to see that these two sides are going to be going at it, likes of Gabriel, Kemar Roach, etc., making up a pretty fearsome West Indies attack. So they're getting back towards their best. So England will have to play well, whether it's close behind closed doors or not. Rather, they're going to have to play well, and it's I have a feeling it's going to be a really competitive series. England obviously not really going to know where they are with their form, same for both sides, so there could be some rusty players on show without doubt on both sides. It'll be a bit of a surreal atmosphere, and we'll have to, as fans, I think, sort of give the broadcast, give the game itself, give everything a sort of a little bit of leeway, because it's all trial and error. But I, for one, can't wait to see Test cricket return. So 8th of July here from southern England will be the first Test match of the post-lockdown period. So I, like you, I'm sure will be tuning into that, and we'll give you daily updates here on AJ's Daily Cricket, just to make sure you're informed at all stages. So can't wait. And the third story I want to take a look at today, as we sort of talk about the return of cricket post the lockdown period, is I just wanted to take a look at some of the social media activity of some of the world's best players while they've been in lockdown. I'm sure, like most of us, they've been going a bit stir-fry crazy, not being able to get out and play the game they love. But I think it's worth having a look at what they have been up to. Ben Stokes, as you can see, has been extremely active. He's been showing almost daily updates, really, with training regimes, etc., giving his followers on Instagram a real look into how he keeps himself so fit, as well as giving them a lot of advice as to what they can do themselves at home. So that's been great content to follow, and I'm sure has helped a lot of people sort of get their daily exercise in. And we also look at Tamim Iqbal over in Bangladesh. He's obviously been having a lot of fun with the family, practicing his hand-eye coordination, I think, with his son, with an interesting egg and spoon race game. But he's obviously having a lot of fun. But also, as you can see, he's been working hard too, doing a lot of Q&A sessions, live Q&A sessions across social media, on Facebook in particular, answering questions and engaging with a whole host of people. So great to see him doing his bit during this period to sort of keep promoting cricket in the Bangladesh region and the wider area. And one guy finally I want to look at here is David Warner, who, from his activity on TikTok, seems very keen to give opposition slip cordons plenty of sledging material. He's been at it like no tomorrow, really, across TikTok, doing a lot of weird and wonderful routines and clearly having a lot of fun with his family. So whilst I'm sure he'll get reminded of it when it comes to play his next game, it's good to see that he, as one of the world's best, is engaging with a new way of communicating with the fans and having a lot of fun in the process. So I think we can let him off, but I'm sure England won't become the next Ashes series. And it's great to see AB de Villiers having a bit of fun down in South Africa. He's clearly got a decent golf setup and he's working hard on his short game. And we all know that AB's a pretty good golfer as well. I think he's a single-figure handicapper these days. So if you're a follower of his and you're watching his videos, make sure you listen to any advice he's giving you. But great to see another guy who's giving people something to engage with and smile at during the lockdown period, and really using social media to broaden the reach of cricket and cricketers themselves. So that's really been great to see, and something that I hope they continue with even as the restrictions are removed and we can go about business as usual. It will be great to see them continuing with the engagement they've managed to achieve on also social media platforms. Now that wraps up the news items that I want to look at today. So now I want to move on to something that I hope is going to become a regular feature of these videos, and that's our next generation focus. in this feature, we're going to try and unearth some footage of the best young players that are playing around the world and try and identify some names that we think are going to have a really, really big future. Should be a really exciting feature, and that's why I want to start with a bang and have a look at a young Indian batsman by the name of Devdutt Padikkal, who has had a lot of success, it has to be said, throughout the age groups in India, out in the various trophies that he's played, the Ranji Trophy, etc., some of the T20 competitions he's been involved in. But to me, he looks like an absolutely complete player. Tall left-hander, very, very compact, great balance. Looks like he can deliver the bat face incredibly square, whether he's playing on, well, whichever side of the wicket he's playing on, front or back foot. He looks to have a technique that allows him to get that bat face through square, and his timing looks, well, extremely natural. So Devdutt Padikkal for the first next gen focus series, first part of the next gen focus series, I think is a great player to have a look at. So remember the name, and as he progresses, we'll bring you any more content that we can find of him and see how he's progressing with his game. But a great talent for sure. So the final thing I want to look at today, guys, is something else I hope will become a regular feature on the channel, and that is our amateur moment. We're going to look around the world and find the best clips we can of amateur cricket, and we'll get them on the channel, and we'll have a look at them to really try and shine a light on the amateur game and on grassroots cricket as a whole. So again, want to start with a bang. So the very first one we're going to look at comes from very close to me here in Sussex in the UK, a cricket club called Three Bridges. They're having a bowl here, and as you can see, as the opposition batsman unfurls a pretty booming drive, gets a big nick, and we can see a wonderful catch that's been held here at second slip. An absolute screamer, to be honest with you, when you watch it at slow motion or full pace. He's got two hands to it as well, cushioned himself as he's fallen, and that's flown as well, that drive. That was a thick edge, but it flew, and he's taken an absolute screamer there. So really great to see. And as I say, this is going to be a regular feature. So any of you guys out there have any clips you want us to have a look at, want to get a bit of want to shine a light on and highlight, maybe something you've done, one of your friends, etc., then let me know, and we'll see if we can take a look and get them on the channel. But hopefully that will be a great feature going forwards, and a great way to start today. So that's going to wrap up the video today. Hope you've enjoyed it. Remember to hit the like, subscribe button, leave us a comment. All of that stuff helps when we're trying to grow the channel. So we'd really appreciate that. Until next time, take care, go well, and we'll see you soon.